We continue with our breaking news coverage now. This government shutdown and the talk surrounding it. President Trump, moments ago, and you saw it here live, making what was his first ever appearance in the White House briefing room. Take a listen.
We've never had more people wanting to come to the United States, and that has to do with the economy and has to do with a lot of other things. We're doing great as a country, but the better we do, the more people want to come in.
Kristin Tate joins us now. How do I text the author? And what do you think of the president's surprise move here and the potential effectiveness of it to come into the briefing room?
Well, it's a very strong move by the president. He's made it clear that he's not going to budge on this border wall issue. I think the president understands that if he doesn't get funding for his wall, which was his signature campaign promise, he probably won't be elected in 2020. I mean, leading up to 2016, his supporters weren't chanting at rallies, "Lower my taxes." They were chanting, "Build the wall." So I expect this government shutdown to continue, maybe for months, as neither side seems like they're going to cave on this.
Because of those chants, that's one of the reasons the semantics of this discussion have come to the fore, and one of the reasons they matter so much, at least to some people. Capri Cafaro also joining our discussion from the Washington Examiner, where she's a contributor, also a former Ohio State Senate leader on the minority side of the Democratic side at the time. So, Capri, thank you for coming on. We always appreciate it.
Of course, anytime.
Your view on this. It was the somewhat unorthodox move from the president. We've seen other presidents do this, but never this president in the briefing room, not only to make the appearance, but to not take questions from reporters. How effective?
Well, I think it was certainly very effective from taking some attention away from a newly sworn-in Congress, a newly sworn-in Democratic majority. It's refocused, I think, the issues here in Washington back squarely on him, squarely on the White House, and squarely on this issue of the border wall, which is not going away. I also thought it was very interesting that he brought in to the conversation individuals that, actually are responsible for, the border. And the one gentleman that said, look, we have skin in the game as part of this government shutdown. So, I think that bringing in those sort of human aspects into this, trying to make it look less political in some way, shape, or form, I think was a very interesting move. But look, in the 24-second news cycle, who knows how much this is really going to have an impact.
That's exactly what we're in. Yeah, Border Patrol agents, the National Border Patrol Council, so those were union representatives, the first two that spoke. Kristin, let me go back to your point, and you're right, that the president made this a centerpiece of his campaign, and it was a very simple message. We're going to build a wall. Mexico's going to pay for it. I was at a lot of those rallies with the chance, to your point, would go up, build the wall, build the wall. Does that matter to the point that his base would be upset if it's not sold as a quote-unquote wall? Melissa was talking earlier about how, the reality of this is border security incorporates a lot of different elements other than some sort of solid wall.
No, I think anything less than a real wall will be very politically damaging for Trump. I mean, ultimately, I do think that both sides are going to have to compromise to get the government reopened. I could see some sort of scenario where Trump gets, $2 billion in border security funding for a fence or something and some other measures, and the Democrats get increased funding for some of their incentives. Both sides would try to spin this kind of compromise as a win, but make no mistake, Trump supporters would see right through it if it's not a real wall, and they will be demobilized.
All right, we'll keep talking about it. Thank you to both of you, Kristin and Capri, for playing along with us here. So much breaking news between the markets and now the politics. Thanks a lot. Okay.